Hello Year 9. We at Jesmond Park Academy believe in the transformative power of art and its unique place in the wider curriculum. Our aim is to inspire students to explore the creative process and achieve the highest standards in their individual artwork. Our creative curriculum provides students with diverse opportunities to study current and past artists while learning core skills through a variety of media. Most importantly of all, we look to ensure the process of making artwork is all-consuming and enjoyable, allowing our students to create unique that they can feel truly proud of. The arts team consists of highly experienced art and design teachers with specialisms that include drawing, painting, printmaking, 3D design and photography. We teach in 4 art rooms. Excellent relationships exist between the staff with collaborative planning, teaching and assessment being a key element of all exam courses. We would also like to inform you that from September 2021 we will be offering 2 GCSE art courses. They are 3-dimensional design and fine art. 3-dimensional design is defined as the design, prototyping and modelling or making of primarily functional and aesthetic products, objects and environments, drawing upon intellectual, creative and practical skills. Within the context of 3-dimensional design, students must demonstrate the ability to use 3-dimensional techniques and processes appropriate to the student's personal intentions. For example, model making, constructing, surface treatment, assembling, modelling, as well as using media materials as appropriate to students' personal intentions. For example, drawing materials, clay, wood, metal, plaster, plastic and found materials. Here is an internationally renowned British architect, Norman Foster, as well as renowned architect Zaha Hadid. And here are 2 more famous designers, Newson and Sir Terence Conran. Here are some of the careers that you can work in if you choose 3-dimensional design, as you can see. GCSE Art and Design at Jesmond Park Academy offers students the opportunity to select fine art and expand their practical and conceptual skills. During the course, students develop artistic skills, creativity, imagination and independence while creating personal work in their chosen media. Particular emphasis is placed upon the acquisition of visual coding skills. How the course is split. Art and Design Portfolio, which is worth 60% of the qualification. For this unit, students will produce a portfolio of work showing their personal response to a starting point. Students will hand in a portfolio and final images. Then we have Art and Design at Excel set task, which is worth 40% of the qualification. For this unit, students will be given a selection of starting points to choose from and will produce a visual response during. Students will produce preparatory studies to support their exam work. Here you can see how Year 10 is structured. In the autumn term, we focus on exploring and experimenting with a variety of materials, processes and techniques, as well as investigating different kinds of sources. Students explore a variety of approaches to drawing and written annotation. Students record their observations, ideas and insights on a variety of other surfaces and work towards presenting their work in their sketchbooks. Then in the spring and summer term, that's when students focus on their personal project. Students are encouraged to select their own theme or starting point based on their strengths and interests. So if you quite enjoy doing portraits, you can focus more heavily on that. If you prefer patterns or landscapes, it's entirely up to you. The idea is you work to your strengths or your interests. As well as that, students will complete a mock exam to consolidate their work. Fine art skills workshops. Students will develop knowledge of materials and media so that they can apply understanding and practical skills to their work. Here you can see in the 3D design skills out similar to the fine art course for year 10, only the students will use different materials and processes. In the autumn term of year 11, students will begin to move away from teacher-led dependent learning and begin work more independently, creating and developing an extended project. Then in the spring term, in January of year 11, students will receive a booklet of externally set assignments from which they will select one starting point. Students have from January until approximately April to design and develop a response to their chosen theme. At the end of this time, there will be 10 hours of supervised, unaided work in which students are required to produce a final response to their chosen theme. Equipment and materials required. An A2 sketchbook is mandatory. It is also preferable if you would also purchase a portfolio. This is one of the big folders that you may see other students walking around school with, as well as drawing pencils, colouring pencils, biros and fine liners. Additionally, you could also purchase oil pastels, sets of acrylics, watercolours and paintbrushes. You're free to use these in school as we have these materials, but if you are to be working from home, you are advised to buy your own. All items sold in the shop are below cost price. You are free to buy your equipment from wherever you wish to. You can buy items at lunchtime or after school from any of the art staff. Homework and period 7s. We expect all students to attend regularly. We expect all students to work independently between art lessons to complete work based on the skills taught in. Here you can see an overview of the assessment objectives, and as you can see, drawing activities and written annotations must be evidenced in assessment objective 3, but can also contribute to evidence for assessment objective 1, 2 and 4. Assessment objective 1, developing ideas. AO1 is about developing ideas from a starting point to a final piece. This is done through mind mapping, sketches and studies related to the work of other artists, designers and craftspeople. You need to analyse and understand these contextual sources and develop your ideas in a personal way. Assessment Objective 2, using resources, media and materials. AO2 is about refining your ideas through selecting and experimenting with appropriate resources, media, materials, techniques and processes. There are various ways of using these to develop ideas and create a personal response. Assessment Objective 3, recording ideas and observations. AO3 is about recording your ideas, observations and insights, which can be written or other forms. You should work from a range of experiences and stimulus materials, as each of these could lead you to different ways of developing your ideas. You should reflect upon your work and consider what you have achieved at each stage and what you will do next. Assessment Objective 4, making a personal, informed and meaningful response. AO4 is about presenting a personal, informed and meaningful response from your initial research through to the final piece. You need to create analytical and critical understanding as you respond to your theme. Here you can see the criteria for achieving each grade. One thing that this slide does not mention, however, is just how important working independently is in achieving higher grades. Even if it's 7s, for example, if you were to come to period 7 3 times a week, which is usually with your friends who also do art, in 1 year you will have completed 2 years worth of work, and by the end of year 11 you would end up with 4 years worth of work. With that kind of mentality, achieving a grade 7, 8 or 9 is relatively easy. Art is above national attainment expectation across all levels. This is consistent with the performance from previous years. Students achieving levels 9 to 4 is now at 90%, whereas nationally it is 75. The average value added is a full grade for the vast majority of all art students, meaning that most art students are achieving a grade higher than what is expected of them. Hello Year 9.